Why are 98% of self-made billionaires introverted? In this video, I'll be explaining the 5 principles that allow introverts to become incredibly successful. But that's not all, because I'll be diving deep into this superpower all introverts possess that can literally make you unrecognizable in the span of months. Because the very first principles we need to talk about is creating a routine. Without a routine, the average Joe's morning routine looks something like this. They wake up and the first thing they do, they go on their phone, hours and hours scrolling on TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Reddit. They use up all their dopamine, all their attention, and when they do want to work, they're so unproductive. I used to spend hours each day in the morning playing video games, and thus I couldn't focus on my schoolwork, and thus my grades plummeted. So you definitely need to create a routine as an introvert in order to succeed in this world. If you don't know where to start, you can use my own routine I'm going to explain right now as a reference. One of my most productive days is on a Sunday, where I wake up from the times of 5 to 6 a.m. Then immediately after brushing my teeth and getting ready, I go downstairs and study for about 1 to 3 hours. Then after doing this studying method called Pomodoro, which I explained in my previous video, click right there. Then I go eat breakfast, and then I head to the gym to work out. My routine is very simple, but because I implemented a routine like this, I'm able to avoid the doom scrolling for hours and hours and hours. But remember, 5 a.m. is a pretty extreme time. If you can't wake up at that time, then wake up at 7 or 8. Whatever works for you, because a routine can actually help you enter a state of concentration called flow state, which is our second principle for introverts to be incredibly successful. I've gone more in depth in flow state in the video on the screen right now, so you better click on it after this video. But flow state is basically when you're in a state of immersion in an activity that nothing can stop you, no distractions, no whatever. For example, when I go on my morning run, I'm in a state of flow, because flow state is when you're not too bored, the activity is not too easy, or it's not too difficult to the point where you get so frustrated. It is a balance, and when I run, it is a challenge to keep up my cardio, but it is easy enough because the movements required in each step pretty simple, and that's how I'm able to enter flow state. Now, everyone has access to flow state, but introverts can access flow state on command. And this is a superpower I'll explain later. This ability to activate flow state without the dependence of others leads us to principle number 3, which is leveraging solitude. Because if you can take advantage of this third principle, you can literally activate flow state on command. And here's what I mean. Extroverts, for example, depend on other people to enter flow state. You need to enter that social flow state. But people aren't always going to be available, right? Your friends might be busy, whatever. You are alone and you can't enter flow state on your own. However, introverts have the unique ability to leverage solitude. They prefer being alone, and thus they can enter flow state more easily when they're in solitude. And because of this unique ability, they are able to concentrate and to work whenever they want and enter flow state on command. And because you are only 25% of the population, you're very weird, you're very ostracized. But this allows you to look from the outside, which leads into our 4th principle, which is observing the mistakes of others. See, as an introvert, you have a very weird place in society. You have an outside perspective because you are only 25% of the population. You are different, but because of this difference, you can actually observe the mistakes of others. Extroverts, for example, are in the crowd. We have an outside perspective and point of view, and thus we can learn from the mistakes of others. And as a wise man said, a wise person learns from the mistakes of other people. Because of this outside perspective, we do not have the same tunnel vision as extroverts. Thus, we can actually visualize and actually imagine our own biggest dreams and accomplishments, which is the 5th principle for introverts to become incredibly successful. Introverts just don't have a singular path. They have a multitude of crossroads and paths to choose from. For example, all my classmates want to be engineers. Why? They want to make that sweet money. But is that the only option? Of course not. There's so many different options they could possibly choose from. But they're only choosing one because they have tunnel vision. But because of introverts having that outside perspective, we can visualize and imagine things that are impossible right now. But maybe in 10 years, they're very possible. For example, the invention of electricity was almost thought to be impossible. The invention of the literal internet, Microsoft, Bill Gates, that was impossible. Because during this time, all you could do on a computer was play ping pong. But Bill Gates, because of that mindset, because of the outside perspective, he was able to visualize, imagine, and take action into accomplishing what is now reality. However, in order to visualize your biggest dreams, you need to be productive. You need to actually maximize your time efficiently. So watch this video right here for the 7 productivity hacks for introverts. Thanks for watching. Bye.